Have you ever stepped into a world where the daylight is weak, blocked by meter-high trees? A place where every little sound makes you stop and listen, because you know you are not alone. That place is not in a fairy tale. It is real, and it is not called Amazon. This is one of the oldest and most extensive forests on the planet, where the breath of life permeates through every leaf, every drop of water, every breeze. But at the same time, this is also a place where nature operates in its own way, not noisy, not hurried, but always strong and challenging.
Welcome to the greatest forest on Earth, the Amazon, where mystery and life come together.
Amidst the hustle and bustle of the modern world, there is a place that silently carries the responsibility of the entire planet, where each leaf is not just a leaf, but a silent warrior in the fight against CO2. That is the Amazon rainforest, the giant green lung absorbing up to 2 billion tons of CO2 every year. But did you know that behind its peaceful appearance, there is a hidden world where nature not only gently nurtures, but also harshly challenges every life? Here, every creature from tiny ants to giants like jaguars must work as hard as office workers, except that they don't need coffee, but need sharp survival instincts. Amazon is the kingdom of the biggest, strongest, and strangest creatures, where every day is a tense battle for survival, where every step, every sound can decide survival. In that humid and stifling atmosphere, the endless struggle between the apex predators takes place silently, but no less brutally, maintaining a fragile balance that if just one broken link, the whole ecosystem can collapse. Are you ready to enter the land where only the strong have the right to survive? Imagine a land that was once dry and barren, where ancient rivers rushed west, blocked by a massive force from the depths of the Andes, rising like a towering wall of rock. It was this dramatic rise, millions of years ago, that changed the fate of an entire continent. The stubborn rivers were forced to find new paths, and from there, a miracle began. The Amazon River, which once flowed west, now bends east, carrying with it fertile silt, nurturing the first buds of the legendary forest. A wetland transformed into the richest tropical ecosystem, where life flourishes as if it had never been contained. Spanning 9 countries in South America, with Brazil accounting for 60% of the area, the Amazon is not just a forest, but a great witness to the geological upheavals that have shaped the world we live in. Beneath the lush and vibrant exterior, the forest floor, where light barely reaches, is damp, covered with rotting leaves and tangled roots, and home to fungi and decomposing insects. Here, at every step, you can encounter species such as leafcutter ants, which silently build underground nests up to 8 meters deep, or poison dart frogs, which use bright colors to warn of danger. Higher up, in the middle layer, trees crowd together, forming a thick shield that stores up to 40% of the forest's carbon, helping to regulate the region's climate. And at the top of the canopy, up to 50 meters high, where scarce light becomes a precious asset, is the domain of species such as the toucan, with its long beak that helps it to fetch fruit from the farthest places, or the spider monkey, with a tail up to 90 centimeters long, specializing in swinging from tree branches like a real circus artist. It is in this stratification that the Amazon River is like a life axis, up to 6,400 kilometers long, carrying nutrient-rich alluvium from the Andes to nourish more than 390 billion trees of 16,000 different species. There are more than 880,000 species of plants, 2,200 species of fish accounting for nearly 15% of the world's freshwater fish, 1,300 species of birds, 430 species of amphibians, and 380 species of reptiles. All coexist in a dense web of survival, where each species, small or large, plays an irreplaceable role. In the dense forest where light barely penetrates through the leaves, there is a predator that always makes the whole forest wary, not because of its roar, but because of its silence. When everything is peaceful, it is the time when death quietly walks. That is the jaguar, the king of the dark, with a fatal bite that can penetrate the skull in a split second. But what has turned a cat that lives alone and quietly in the deep forest into the obsession of all creatures here? Is power alone enough to dominate the Amazon? Absolute precision in every attack. Once it has chosen a target, no matter how agile or large the prey is, it will be difficult to escape. Because jaguar does not hunt for pure instinct. It hunts with determination and decisiveness. And when that cold gaze appears in the darkness, in just a moment, the whole situation of the forest changes. But have you ever wondered, how can a lone hunter be capable of facing the crocodile, the species considered to rule the river? Jaguars are solitary animals, only gathering during the mating season. The gestation period is about 100 days, with 1 to 4 cubs born in each litter. The mother raises her young alone in the harshness of the jungle, where every step can be life or death. The rainy season floods familiar hunting grounds, forcing the jaguar to move into deep water, where it develops its excellent swimming skills, which are rare in big cats. When the water rises, the underwater hunts really begin. Especially in the rainy season, when familiar hunting grounds are submerged by floodwaters, the jaguar is forced to change its tactics. It moves into deep water, where its superior swimming instinct, which is rare in big cats, is maximized. It is then that the underwater hunts really begin, with prey not only deer and wild boar, but also young crocodiles and turtles. However, deep water also brings dangers from anaconda ambushes to black crocodiles fighting for territory. Deep in the dark swamps, where the water is covered with moss and thick mud, there is a giant predator that waits quietly, without haste or fanfare. But when it acts, nothing can escape its grip. It is the green anaconda, the largest snake on the planet, a silent giant of the Amazon forest, up to 9 meters long and weighing more than 250 kilograms, with a thick and powerful body, enough to knock down even the largest creatures in the area. Unlike cobras or vipers, the green anaconda does not use venom. It hides underwater, only its eyes and nostrils exposed, patiently watching its prey approach without noticing. And then, in that moment, it lunges forward, tightening its muscular body around its prey, creating a terrifying pressure of up to 90 pounds per square inch, enough to cut off blood flow. The prey gradually weakens in that invisible grip until it has no more strength to resist. From large fish, waterfowl, to even deer, wild boars, and small black crocodiles, all can become its giant meal. During the rainy season, when the water rises, the anaconda has an even greater hunting advantage because it can move more easily through flooded areas, and many prey are forced to swim, falling into the sights of this silent hunter. It is not only animals that become targets, but people living along the river also face this threat. As the anaconda's habitat is reduced due to deforestation and climate change, they are increasingly moving closer to human settlements, especially during the flood season. There have been cases of anaconda appearing near villages, threatening livestock, even creating fear for the indigenous people. If you think the calm waters of the Amazon River are peaceful, beware, because just beneath the calm waves, a giant creature is always silently waiting. Hidden among the coastal bushes and the dark water, the black crocodile, the largest crocodile in South America, is one of the most mysterious and formidable residents here. With a length of up to 6 meters and a weight exceeding 500 kilograms, this species possesses a bite force of up to 3,700 pounds, enough to control large prey decisively. Without moving quickly, the black crocodile just needs to lie still, waiting for the right moment to attack. Immediately after the bite, it does not stop. The black crocodile continues to perform the death coil, using its entire body to rotate underwater, causing the prey to lose direction and quickly become exhausted. With large prey, this twist is enough to cause serious damage, allowing the crocodile to drag the victim into deep water and hold on until it has no more strength to resist. This tremendous power comes from the special structure of the skull and jaw muscles. The skull of the black crocodile is very wide and low, optimized for creating pressure when biting down. Their lower jaw muscles are firmly attached to the skull by a strong joint structure, creating a solid fulcrum to transfer force from the muscles to the teeth. Meanwhile, the jaw muscles are extremely developed, running along both sides of the cheeks and the back of the neck, acting simultaneously as a biological liver system when the crocodile bites down. Amid the intense hunts of the Amazon jungle, the sloth appears as a living paradox. Slow yet persistent, quiet yet wise. In the treetops, where light barely filters through the canopy, the sloth hangs all day almost motionless. With a moving speed of only about 0.24 kilometers per hour, it becomes the slowest animal in the world. But this slowness is not a weakness, but a unique survival strategy. Requiring just 160 calories a day, the sloth survives on nutrient-poor leaves, digesting them so slowly that it takes up to 30 days for a single meal. Its thick fur, covered with moss and algae, not only provides perfect camouflage, but also creates a small ecosystem where insects live and coexist with its owner. In a world where speed and strength rule, the sloth has chosen to be different. A symbol of sustainable adaptation, overcoming time with its silence. But the Amazon rainforest is not just a place for the silent. As dawn breaks, the forest suddenly vibrates with the echoing, mysterious sounds of howling that can be heard for kilometers. It is the territorial assertion of the howler monkey, the primate with the loudest voice in the wild. With its specially developed larynx, howler monkeys not only communicate, but also warn of lurking dangers. In the denser canopies, spider monkeys move like natural artists, with long arms and flexible tails that act like third arms, almost never setting foot on the ground, spending their lives high in the air. Their combination of resonant sounds and skillful leaps transform the canopy into a living world where order and boundaries are drawn not by force, but by sound and ingenuity. When the morning light filters through the dense layers of leaves, painting the forest a shimmering green, it is also the time when the most brilliant colors begin to take flight. In the midst of that wild natural picture, the toucan appears as a vivid highlight with its large, nearly 20 centimeters long beak, carrying red, orange, and yellow colors like small flames flying above the tree canopy. But the beak is not just for showing off its color. It is a wonderful tool that helps the toucan reach fruits deep in the bushes, where few other birds can reach. And in each gentle bite, the toucan inadvertently becomes the silent carrier of the forest, spreading thousands of seeds everywhere, helping to maintain and revive the dense vegetation of the Amazon. Not predators, but this colorful bird is the silent architect creating a forest that is constantly growing. But when the night falls and the brilliant colors of the toucan gradually fall asleep, it is also the time when a silent figure takes the throne as a predator without any need for ostentation, only needing eyes that can see in the dark. That is the great horned owl, the master of nocturnal hunting in the Amazon. With large eyes that account for nearly 5% of its body weight, and hearing so sensitive that it can detect the slightest rustling of leaves, the great horned owl does not need to rush. A light spread of wings, flying as smooth as a breeze, and the prey is already in its iron claws. In the middle of the quiet forest, it is a living infrared scanner that nothing can escape its gaze. Oh, if you are also looking up to her, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Who knows? The great horned owl sitting somewhere in the forest is also nodding in agreement. Right under the dense canopy, where the light is only a patchwork of leaves, there exists a miniature world that seems peaceful but is surprisingly vibrant. This is the kingdom of the tiny, where insects and microorganisms are not only the cleaners who silently decompose rotten leaves, but also the heroes who pollinate to help the green forest constantly regenerate. But don't think that small is weak. Crab spiders with their skillful ability to change color, or Goliath spiders as big as a hand, always ready to ambush anyone who accidentally strays into their territory. And somewhere, the Amazon's super speed athlete, hummingbird, is busy flying. Although small, it consumes many times more energy than its body every day, with a heart rate of up to 1,200 beats per minute, just to get each precious drop of nectar. They take on up to 25% of the pollination work for the upper floors, flying and working, just like you are watching a video while taking the opportunity to scroll through messages. However, not all life in the Amazon depends on sunlight and tree canopy. When you leave the lush green branches and step deep underground, a completely different world appears. Dark, damp, and mysterious. Hidden in limestone and sandstone caves formed over millions of years of weathering, is a separate ecosystem where life exists without sunlight. Here, all creatures must adapt to eternal darkness, relying on every drop of water and every stream of moist air to survive. It is in this quiet space that special species such as vampire bats or chemically synthesized bacteria have turned this seemingly barren place into a vibrant underground city that few people could have expected. In the thick darkness of the Amazon caves, when all light becomes meaningless, there is a creature that quietly takes off, not looking for fruit, not hunting as usual, but looking for food that makes everyone shiver. That is the vampire bat, scientific name Desmodus rotundus, the only bat species in the world that lives on blood. But don't be quick to judge them just by their scary name, because besides their strange hunting instincts, they also possess a complex and extremely close-knit social life. Under the seemingly calm surface of the water, creatures with sharp hunting instincts are constantly moving, and each bite can change the situation of the entire river. The most famous of these is the red piranha, Pegocentrus natureri, a fish that makes the entire Amazon boil when it appears. With razor-sharp teeth and a hunting strategy of 20 to 30 fish, red piranhas use speed and quantity to quickly take down their prey. They do not attack en masse, but choose the right moment, bite quickly, and exhaust their prey before pouncing. The success rate of hunting is up to 70%, and when the blood is diluted in the water, the hunt is only a matter of time. Amidst the floodwaters of the rainy season, when black crocodiles lurk and anacondas lurk, few would expect that there is still one species that dares to confront the Amazon's most formidable predators head-on. And not with individual strength, but with solidarity. That is the giant otter, Ternura brasiliensis, the world's largest otter, reaching up to 2 meters in length and a master of collective hunting. Unlike solitary creatures, giant otters live in groups of 8 to 20 individuals, closely coordinating all activities from hunting defending territory to caring for young. When hunting, they joined forces to herd fish into shallow water, dividing up to attack in a rhythmic manner. Although their favorite food is fish, if threatened, the group is ready to attack young crocodiles or chase pythons out of the territory. VDO 1. The Amazon rainforest, once a biological paradise home to millions of species, is now in decline due to pressures from resource exploitation, industrial expansion, and water pollution. Climate change is making the situation worse. Prolonged heat, erratic rains, depleted resources, and arid forests. An ecosystem once teeming with life is now facing unprecedented danger. Amidst the challenges, the Amazon has not been completely silent. Amidst the loss are glimmers of hope from the people who have lived in the forest for thousands of years. Indigenous communities, with their deep knowledge of the forest, are playing a vital role in preserving what green remains through protected areas and living in harmony with nature. Meanwhile, reforestation programs, scientific research, and international collaboration are gradually restoring damaged lands, keeping the Amazon from becoming just a memory. Have you ever been immersed in the majestic beauty of the Amazon? If so, share those moments, because sometimes just a small story is enough to inspire belief and action. The Amazon needs us. And now, more than ever, we need the Amazon to be an integral part of the journey to preserve a green future. And don't forget to like and follow the channel to discover more amazing stories about the wild, where life always contains surprises.